What's good, cyberspace? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne.
Right here, right now. It's the right time, It's the right time, right now. Tell the whole pipe down. Tell that nigga pipe down.
So guys, let's get into this video, man. We are going to be talking about single mothers again, man, because Jason Whitlock really triggered a lot of sisters in his stance on the Tyree Nichols situation, which we're not going to talk about on this video, but I do want to talk about the topic of single mothers in general, so let's get to it.
Dating a single mom is hard. She'll cancel dates, short text, and not reply. She has no time to put you first. A woman who puts her child before you should make you respect her more. Be patient with her. Take her out. She's not flaking. Childcare costs more than the date you take her on. It's not about money. Spoil her with time. Show her you appreciate all the sacrifices she makes for her child with no help. Be her consistency, and eventually she'll be your everything. Dating a single...
Okay, so obviously he is pandering. You can tell, like the little Tim Pool hat that he got on, that he is most likely a liberal leftist or whatnot, which it is what it is. He says dating a single mother is hard, and I agree with him. And that's why I don't advise you guys to do it. See, this guy is telling you to sign up to be Big Stepdaddy. And no, guys, it's done are the days where we are bailing these women out for their bad decisions. It is what it is. Let her focus on her kid, because she don't need to be bringing in no other man into the picture. She need to go back to her baby daddy and figure it out with him, because the likelihood of, you know, abuse in the home is going to increase by 34%, bringing a non-familial male into the household, especially if he's dating the mother, and especially if she has a daughter. Okay, so he's trying to give men advice on dating a single mother. Here's my advice. I would just say recreational use only. Don't go back to the crib. Don't put yourself in a situation where you know, things can be conflated and whatnot. Look, man, just deal with her on a casual relationship, which is fine, because like he says, she don't got time to do this. She don't got time to go on dates. You know, childcare costs more. Childcare costs more than the date that you take her on, so she ain't got time for all that. So all she has time for is to get her cheeks clapped and then to go back and take care of her kid.
Single mom is hard. She'll cancel dates, short text, and not reply.
Cancel dates, short text, and not reply. Okay, so that's not true if she's actually into you. She ain't gonna cancel nothing. Okay, she gonna leave them kids with grandmama. She gonna leave them kids with auntie. She gonna leave them kids with a nanny. She gonna leave them kids with the crackhead down the street. Okay, if she likes you, she's gonna make that date. So if she's canceling dates and short texts and not replying, she doesn't like you like that, fam. And she's most likely getting D'd down by her baby daddy, because the baby daddy always got the dibs.
She has no time to put you first. A woman who puts her child before you should make you respect her more. Be patient with her. Take her out. She's not flaking.
So I do agree with that. She should always put the child before any entity that comes in her life, and that's why it's not in your best interest to date them, because they're going to put their child over you. And if that was actually your child, then it would be you over the child, because your say goes. You have the final word with your children if you are in the involved in the kid's life. At least that's how the biblical hierarchy goes. But in this day and age, you know, the woman usually has the final say, especially when it comes to the court system. So it's just not a good look to date these single moms. I understand he's trying to, you know, make excuses and say, oh, well, this happens and that happens. And it's like, why would you even want to fool with any of that?
Childcare costs more than...
Like, you can literally get a woman who's never been pregnant before, who's 18 or 19, and, you know, turn her into a mother.
Date you take her on. It's not about money. Spoil her with time.
It's not about money, spoil her with time. So I know for a fact this man ain't never dated no single mother. Everything's about money. When you go out and you take her out on a date, she wants something to take her kid back to the crib. So you buying her a to-go plate, like a kiddie meal to take back to the crib, that's about money. Even in one of the other videos that I did where the brother was like, oh yeah, I gave her $3,000 and now she can't pay her phone bill. Like, bro, it's always about money. And a lot of times, unfortunately, these single mothers are not good at managing their money.
You appreciate all the sacrifices she makes for her child with no help. Be her consistency, and eventually she'll be your everything.
As a woman, I was terrified at the idea of being with a man who could not provide, especially financially. As a mother, throw out every single traditional gender role that there is. We are going to do whatever necessary to make sure that there is food in that fridge and that there is a roof over our children's head. And when we are constantly as women...
So I want to stop it there. This one's a little longer, so I'm not going to play it all the way through. Go back to what she said. Go back to what she said. And I know that a lot of women are going to get mad when I say this, but listen up.
Every single traditional gender role that there is.
So when she's saying when you're a single mother, you throw out every traditional gender role there is. Let's listen up.
As a woman, I was terrified at the idea of being with a man who could not provide.
So she was scared of being with a man who couldn't provide. So just the last dude with the beanie hat said, oh, well, it's not about money. This woman is telling you right now, it's about money.
Especially financially. As a mother, throw out every single traditional gender role that there is. We are going to do whatever necessary to make sure that there is food in that fridge and that there is a roof over our children's head.
Okay, translation. Whatever is necessary is OnlyFans, intercourse work, bottle girl, stripping to make extra money. That's what they mean by whatever is necessary.
And when we are constantly as women struggling or fighting for comfort, there is nothing else that we can think about. In all transparency, I believe I was capable of embracing my full femininity and my duties and responsibilities as a mother to nurture my children when I knew for a fact that my husband could provide for us.
So there you have it, okay? She has a husband. She is kept. But guess what? She's going to speak on her experience growing up with her mother, who was actually a single mother.
Without my efforts, if necessary. And I think back to my mom.
So that's what every woman wants. A man who's going to provide for them where they don't have to work, but they can work.
She was a single mother of two. And she would wake up in the morning, just going through her day. She would wake up in the morning, get us ready for school, then take us to daycare. Then she would go to work, and then she would come home, and then she would cook, and then she would clean, and then get us ready for bed, and then do the cycle all over again. It was a system. And I used to wonder why I couldn't really identify this emotional intimacy with my mother. And I used to wonder why I couldn't really identify this emotional intimacy with my mother.
So you heard what she said. She couldn't identify emotional intimacy with her mother. That's because her mother was too occupied working and doing what she had to do, right? Doing what she had to do to provide. So that hardens a woman when she is alone and she's working and she's struggling and she's barely making the bills. That hardens a woman, and it hardens her heart, and it gives her a little disdain for her children. Not every single mother, but just like I've done videos on this in the past, you know, it gives the woman a little disdain for her children, and that's a fact.
And it was because she was overcompensating so much.
Like in the other video that I broke down, she just said it. She's overcompensating so much, and then she has a hatred for the father. So imagine if she was a young boy and the single mother was raising a boy, then she sees the father in her son's eyes, and now she has that anger for the father because the father was not providing, and he left her alone with the kids.
For being a provider, that it took a toll on her ability to nurture me.
And this is real, this is authentic, and a lot of the single mothers, the single mothers just left the chat because they don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear it coming from a mother saying, hey, my mom could not be a natural nurturer because she was trying to be a strong, independent, don't need no man, single mother woman, okay? And this had huge traumatic effects, detrimental traumatic effects on this beautiful young lady's life.
And I think before you become a parent, it's hard to understand the decisions our parents had to make in order to do what they believe was best for us. And just
so you hear what she said, the decisions that our parents had to make to what's best for us. I'm telling you, sounds like intercourse work.
Even making this video and talking about this makes me want to give her a call and say, like, look, I love you and I thank you. It's not your fault. You were not supposed to be doing it on your own. And that you deserve my grace.
It's not your fault. And that's where she messed up. It is her fault. These women need to start taking accountability for their situation in life. It is her fault, okay? She dropped the bag. She didn't secure the husband. She didn't marry before she carried. So yes, it is her fault. Take accountability.
You deserve my grace. And I thank you for adapting to your circumstance. It turned out okay. As a woman, I was terrified at the...
All right, guys. So for the final video that I'm going to break down on single mothers, this is a sister saying, stop begging men to be parents. All right. So sounds like she done slipped up and got pregnant by a Pookie and Ray Ray. So let's listen up.
Okay, so this is from one single mom to another single mom. You do not need to beg anybody to be a parent, especially to a child that they helped you create. Let me explain it. And when I say beg, I mean constantly asking the other parent to do things, and you know they've never done it before. They've never failed through or kept their word before with things that they've said. You know that, but yet you still ask. Kids can never have enough of things, and they constantly need things. So I really don't even like the fact when they ask, like, well, what does he need? For one, he's always going to need diapers if he's clearly not potty trained. Diapers.
Okay, so you can already tell that she's struggling. She is struggling. She hurting, bro. And these are the results, man. It's not a good thing. These women need to stop opening their legs for guys who are not committing, point blank.
Or something that the baby will always need. Shoes, clothes, it don't matter what size you get it. He will grow into it. It don't matter. Get it. Don't ask me what the baby needs. Just get it.
Okay, so she's saying that the man needs to take initiative, and she's speaking from personal experience because the man is saying, well, what does the baby need? And then she's saying, well, you should just know what the baby need. Go get it. And this is why a lot of this, oh, I'm a co-parent, it doesn't work, okay? Because these women don't even want to communicate and tell the man straight up, hey, you know, the baby needs this, the baby needs that, the baby needs this, bring it all to me. Like, if she was just straight up and said, hey, the baby needs diapers, you know, new bottle, new bib, you know, and maybe a crib or whatnot, then he could go get it and do his part. But the reality is she did not plan for her parenthood, and now she is stuck with a kid that she is struggling to take care of and a baby daddy who doesn't want anything to do with her.
They should know the same way they buy themselves things and get themselves things and need clothes to wear. It's the same way the baby needs the clothes to wear, right? Right. And you should just want to get things for your child, right? Right. And it's the same thing with picking the kids up for the weekend. He told you he's going to get the baby, but how many times have he said that and actually came and got the baby? And then,
so why does she want to give the baby up on the weekend so she can go out and party? I'm just telling you guys the reality. Now, obviously, the man needs to be involved in the child's life, but at the same time, it makes you beg the question: who did she lay down with? Because I guarantee she laid down with some irresponsible Negro, and this man, she knew he wasn't nothing, and he wasn't gonna be nothing, and he wasn't gonna be in his child's life, and you know, as you can see, she's basically, you know, facing the responsibility that came with the decisions that she made.
And you turn around and ask him if he could get the baby this weekend. Baby girl, he ain't came before. It's always some excuse, but yet you still ask. And that's allowing him to continue to waste your time. And don't do that. And trust me, promise you, I know that you need to hold people accountable. They need to be responsible for their responsibilities and accept the consequences of their actions and stuff like that. Trust me, I get it. But eventually, won't you get tired of doing that? Won't you get tired of doing that? When you keep asking him to get things for the baby and he not getting things for the baby, that's going to stress you out because the baby doesn't have it, right? And you're depending on him to get it. So put yourself in a situation to make sure you always have it in case he does not get it, or you have the money to be able to get it if he does not fall through, okay? Sweetheart, this is coming from somebody that had literally cried for months because I did not want to be a 100% solo parent, okay? And I know I'm a young mom and people say that that's probably why. I feel like it's no excuse because I have guy friends that are my age. I'm 22. They're my age, have kids, and they co-parent.
Yeah, so what does that mean? You have guy friends and they co-parent. See, these women keep telling on themselves. You had male best friends who were good men, and you chose not to deal with your male best friends. You chose to deal with a guy who didn't give no damn about you, and a guy who you didn't know that well. See, a lot of women have men in the friend zone that they need to go ahead and, accept these men's proposals and their offers. That's what it is. Stop friend zoning good men. If you have a good man, get with him. Point blank. I don't care if he don't give you the tinglies. I don't care if he don't, bro, stop all this stuff. You had male best friends. You have male best friends who are responsible co-parents. I guarantee she knew them before they had kids, and they probably wanted to get with her, but she ain't wanting them because he lame, he corny, but he cool enough to hang out with and be your friend, dude. And then these women will say, oh, well, I just want a partner who's my best friend. I want to be his best friend. And you just found your best friend. You got these male best friends, but guess what? You don't want them. It's ridiculous. They keep telling on themselves.
Young mom, and people say that that's probably why. I feel like it's no excuse because I have guy friends that are my age. I'm 22. They're my age, have kids, and they co-parent effectively with no problem.
There you have it. You chose the wrong man. So who's at fault? It's you, because you had plenty of good men around you, but you chose the worst.
Some of them have kids for whole months at a time, and they go a month on, month off with no problem. I know it's going to be so hard. I know it's going to be tough, but you do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And I'm so sorry that it has to be like that for you. I'm sorry that it has to be like that for us. And no, it's not fair. It's not at all. And I promise you'll find somebody.
It is fair because you laid down with a man who you knew was not going to commit to you and you knew was not going to be involved in the child's life. Let's just keep it a buck. She laid down with Pookie and Ray Ray, and she sounds like she's pretty responsible, but she still has not taken accountability for her actions.
That will take care of you and your child. If you know you want that one day, you'll find somebody and you'll wonder why you begged somebody to be a parent for so much.
Actually, you should just get married so that there is no incentive for him to leave. That's really what it is. But she didn't want to do that, did she? I'm too young to get married. That's what they saying. But you're not too young to have a kid, right? Oh, okay.
Come on, when it's somebody that is doing it with no problem. Okay?
So there you have it, guys. That pretty much sums up the difficulty of dating single mothers. So you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship questions to the email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp. So I know you pay on time, man. Y'all need to be on your motherfucking name with the BS. And you already know. Reclaim your throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.